Hello, boys. It is Orca, and I bring you another Halo Wars commentary. I hope you appreciate that. And this game recently played from my perspective last night, from your perspective 2 weeks ago. And this is me, Ninja and Phantom playing versus SmoothTube, Heiko and Sony Black. And maybe you guys think, oh, I don't know that Sony Black and that Heiko. You don't really have to know them, but they recently played pretty strong games. Never mind. Let's go into the battle. And I'm recording like today. I'm recording like 3-4 more videos. Last night was a good night. And I'm playing as a Forge versus 2 Brutes and an army. And on my team I have 2 other cubbies. And I'm going straight into Fortress. And when I'm doing this, I'm usually going Marines. But why you go Fortress so early? Yeah. I mean, in the later stage, you maybe think you don't have the money or something. Now you did that and you can complain about the money later. And when you have Forge building heads and then you don't know how to have the money to upgrade the base in the later stage, just do it straight at the beginning if you go Marines. And then you scout what the other brutes are doing. If they are going Temper first, then go barracks third. If they are not going Temper first, go barracks fourth. This should be enough. And I think, I scouted it. Nobody of the brutes are going Temper first, so I decided to go barracks fourth. And that's the same thing when the brute is going temper first. You need to go reactor third. If the brute's not going temper first, reactor fourth on defense is enough. If those brutes are good and they don't go temper first, they close the temple and make us think they go temper first. But so far so good. Temper second brute on the way. Trying to deny the 5th pad. And my barracks is up at the right time. And I'm going flamers. Because I need to deal with the DPS. If you play versus an army, it should be better like if you go Marines, because it's way harder to rage down Marines for the army. I know the DPS of the flamers are higher on the army than the Marines, but if you play versus an army, you usually want to waste his money. And my prophet trying to build a turret. I think my brute tried to build a turret. So I play with the brute, which is on offense, and the prophet, which is on defense in my team, and I'm building flamers and flamers and flamers. So if we kill the brutes, the DPS is gone. If those guys upgrading the chieftains, maybe they can stun like 1 or 2 flamers, but it should be not enough like to kill every flamer. And because of those 2 brutes are building so much brutes, I decided to go for a double barracks to make sure that they do 0 damage. One of the brutes are scouting it. And after I push this off, I go into Marines. And this brute is even upgraded, but decided to vortex instead of kill my flamers by the upgraded hammer. And now he is on trouble and try to run away. I'm trying to catch him, but he did get away with it pretty decently. And I decided to go to put a research station to get even faster Marines, and I'm upgrading my Marines to his first tech, and there we go. The follow-up is raids with an army, and we need either Banshees or rocket launch Marines. I have the money, so I can carbon those. I really was hoping I can get both of them, but I only hit one magically. I use my flamers on the RB to really get him, and I'm pumping Marines. But this RB so far, this RB is doing quite a good damage so far. I have flamers fighting raids, which is usually not a good idea. I mean, you could argue I can swap to, I could build like 1 or 2 tanks right now, or even Spartans. Yeah, I could have built like 1 Spartans. A fast Spartan will definitely catch raids. This is way too easy, especially when they are not high in numbers. But we pushed those 2 raids off, and even the RB. I don't know where the RB is, but I have fast Marines right now. Do I? Not right now, but slowly but surely I will have fast Marines. Yep. And there we go. Going into rocket launch attack and put my single flamer in this tower so I can drop later on. And we are building Banshees, trying to help the Banshees out with my flamers and do some damage because I don't need the flamers anymore. I'm trying to play defense on the Banshees with my take 1 Marines. Take 1 is not good enough to deal with Banshees, but I really was hoping the Banshees are flying back and we getting ramps out early enough. So this is the down tech over here into rocket launcher Marines, and rocket launcher Marines, especially when they have this speed upgrade, they can deal with raids pretty decently. And I'm definitely getting the upgraded pad, and if the Banshees fly back to my middle base, I can definitely deal with them. Usually I have to play, I play versus Banshees, I don't need to use my cupboard anymore, that's why I'm building an upgraded pad instead. When you play versus a whole, you definitely, I mean, you not go Marines, you go Flamers, or not even Flamers, build tanks or something. But we figured out they don't have any Jackals or Grunts or something, so I can do my thing. But I mean, the real problem is in the later stage of the game, Marines are so dangerous, especially if those guys don't have tech 2 raids or Jaggers. But even if they have tech 2 raids, the raids are not that mobile that they can play defense and offense at the same time. And as you wanna see, you have the drops, which means you are way more mobilized than the Cavis. And the raids are pushing. So I use my Marines to rocket launch those raids, and I already have enough money to build Spartans, and I will build Spartans in a second. But I wanna get the middle money too. I wanna be a rich king. Oh, I cannot build Spartans, I don't have a reactor, sorry. And I build more Marines. You see, in a low amount of numbers, Marines are too strong versus raids. Especially when they attack one and they are not getting microed. But if you have like 10 Marines, you can one-shot one tank with the rocket launchers, and it should be not a problem. The real problem are the banshees right now, dealing damage on the base. But if those guys building banshees is also a good thing that they are not going double ramps, so which means we will have the air lead in a later stage of the game. But yellow so far has a decent amount of ramps right now, and I need to play defense, which I usually don't want, and I'm clicking my teammates that they can build double ramps. I'm clicking that ninja which is in the middle, that he can still pump ramps, because I wanna definitely have the air lead, and I try to drop my first 6 Marines. On each drop you have 6 units, and I'm trying to get away with them. We don't have a temple, that means we can build ramps right now. I really hope Phantom is building ramps quite soon. And the ramps catch my Pelican, and I'm trying to build my reactor back, not for my carbon bomb, but to build Spartans. And you see this, the tanks are getting one-shotted by Marines, and in this little numbers they don't even have a chance versus my Marines. And I really try to go to the teleporter right now, but my teammate says no, you need to stay here. I'm standing like 10 to 12 over there, and I go for the tele with a little bit of them, and then I decided to go with all of them to the tele and decided to go back. I really was hoping like, man, we have enough ramps right now. Those guys are scouting that I go for the teleporter, which is not good for them. If I get the drop on the yellow base, the game should be over anyways. So. And those towers are pretty decent as well. They do more damage. The Marines are way more tankier in that tower, and the raids are all out of position, which means I can drop on the base and do a lot of damage. And my 2 guys sending the ramps in and fight for the air war, and they definitely get the air lead right now because the Banshee guy was not switching early enough. And the good thing is, when I have a reactor right now, is also I can use my carpet on the pads, so I can split up my rocket launchers and build Spartans on defense. But I decided to cancel the spot and carpet them those pads down, and yellow pretty soon is on 0 pads. I'm still on 30 Marines, maybe not 30, but a good amount of Marines. So yellow cannot pump ramps anymore, which means we definitely have the air lead, and I'm going for the next base. I really don't need to kill a base right now. If I cripple them enough that we have the air lead, we can even switch to Banshees in a later stage of the game and fight versus the raids. And I'm splitting up a little bit that I can hit the raid guy as well. And I have Spartans on defense and Marines too. So I'm fighting on 3 fronts right now. I'm losing on defense, I think, but I'm doing a good job on red. And purple is definitely also losing an upgraded pet. And if I do enough damage on red, we definitely will have the air lead again. Because red was the guy with banshees and he tried to transition out into vamps. So one of those guys tried to build vamps, or was building vamps and was on 0 pets, and the other guy tried to transition into vamps, but is getting shutted out by me, and there goes the resign. And Phantom even could double pump banshees at that point. And even not, I have 20 marines on offense and can send those marines to the raid base, and he only has one decision to play defense and let my teammates build banshees, or stay on offense and lose all of his pets. So that was that episode. I hope you loved that. Put a like button, write a commentary, and catch you guys later.